Yo, what is up guys? We're here today on Pokemon Showdown for a live in the overused tier, and just by how this video starts off, you probably already realized I'm not Pietro. He's actually gone due to some family responsibilities and will be back sometime next weekend, so he asked me to fill in for him with some powerful Pokemon content. And now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Emvee. I'm a good friend of Pietro and a very experienced tournament player. I hit #1 on the OU ladder numerous times, and I have a channel of my own with a lot of quality competitive Pokemon content, so if you guys enjoy these kinds of videos, check out my channel in the description below, or the featured channels list, or wherever Pietro puts me in the video. So now Pietro did say that he has scheduled some Smash videos before he left, so if you guys see those, make sure you don't get confused. He's actually not here. He did pre-record everything and set the schedule for whenever he was going to leave and stuff like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know. So let's go ahead and hop into the team real quick. As you can see here, I built a team with Mega Latias, the Stored Power set. It was a really cool Pokemon overall, and I feel that it'll be pretty cool for a live. So that's going to be that. And next up we got Combine Reuniclus here. Goes well with Mega Latias because it does put the Combine pressure on your opponent's team. And Reuniclus is actually a very underrated Pokemon in the ORAS meta. You don't see it a lot too often, but it does put in a lot of work and it does pressure your opponent a lot. It pressures like a lot of unprepared teams, and a lot of teams nowadays are really unprepared for Reuniclus. So yeah, it's going to be that. And next up we got Scarf Tyranitar here, just to sort of pursue trap stuff like Latias, Starmies and stuff like that, and just, you know, revenge kill certain Pokemon, check Pokemon like Talonflame, for example. I mean, Pinsir you don't see too often, any Charizards, I guess. Next up we got SD Gliscor here, which is a cool Pokemon. It does set up SD, of course, and it is especially defensive, so you will be able to set up on stuff like Heatran after, of course, your Toxic Orb activates so you don't get burned. Pokemon like that, I mean, it has good defenses overall, has decent speed, and attack, of course, you can set up. Next up we got Keldeo here to help us out because, of course, Stored Power Latias is weak to Pokemon like Tyranitar, or it doesn't do anything to Tyranitar, Bisharp. Well, I do have Hidden Power Fire, so we could be able to hit stuff like Bisharps and Scizors and stuff like that, but it does get walled by Titar, Heatran, etc. So we do have a Keldeo here, Specs Keldeo to deal with that. And finally, a Ferrothorn, which sets up rocks. Good Dragon check, I guess. Dragon resistant, Fairy resistant Pokemon, helps us deal with Pokemon like Azumarill, for example, maybe the Latias, etc. Yeah, so that's gonna be the team, and let's just go ahead and hop into a battle. Hope you guys enjoy, and let's see if we can get a good one. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause until we get one. Be right back. All right, and we got one. This time it looks like a pretty cool team. Yeah, I haven't seen Thundurus in a while. Thundersterian, I mean. So what I could do now is probably lead off here with my Tyranitar, as he's most likely going to lead with, actually, no, Keldeo is probably the best lead here, because he's most likely going to lead with the Lando, exactly. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and hit this man up with a, I think probably I can hit him up with a Scald, just because I could burn whatever he brings in, and should he decide to stay in, which, I mean, he probably is going to be Scarfed, because he does have Ferrothorn here for rocks. So what I could just do is get off a Scald, and I could just, I mean, if Starmie comes in, I could easily just proceed trap it with my Titar, so that's not a problem at all. As he does switch into Starmie like I expect, so that's going to take some nice damage there. I'm going to actually go for the Scald again because I don't think he's going to Side Shock. I do have a Titar in the back here, so if anything, he's going to either Hydro Pump or switch out into Lando once again and double out, and that's going to be good for us because we can just knock something out from there. So I think he's going to switch out, or I think he's going to double out here, either that or go for the Hydro Pump expecting Titar. So we'll see what he ends up doing here. So let's see here. Alright, so he does end up staying in. He is a slow Starmie, which means, yeah, he did go for the Scald expecting my Titar. So yeah, we can easily just knock out this Starmie right now. I don't know, like, why would he set Starmie lower speed than Keldeo? That doesn't make sense, unless he's like T-Wave Starmie or something. But we do get a burn on Ferrothorn, which is nice, and I could proceed to going into my, probably I could go here into Reuniclus, just because Reuniclus does set up on his team and it does win. I could say the same, I could do the same for Lati, but I mean, Lati does get Leech Seeded, whereas Reuniclus doesn't because of the Magic Guard. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into my Reuniclus here, as I could just go ahead and get up a Calm Mind or two and proceed to putting in some work for this team. So let's see here. He's going to go for the Spikes, as what I could do now is just go ahead and hit this man up with a Calm Mind, and let's see what he ends up doing here. So he's going to go for the Spikes once again. And that's, I mean, you gotta ask this man, like, is it worth it? I mean, because like I could just keep setting up here, and there's really not much he can do. He gets up all his layers of spikes here. So now what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and hit this man up with a Psyshock here, expecting him to want to switch now into another Pokemon. So let's see, he might just go into his he might go to he really wants all these hazards. I mean, is it worth it? We'll see. Alright, I guess he just stays in. He's gonna go for the Gyro Ball here. It does literally nothing. So what I could do now is just go ahead and hit this thing with another Calm Mind, and there's really nothing much he can do. I literally think this thing sweeps him right now. Unless he's like Zard X. He's probably like Zard X, and that might do some work, but I think we can pull through. As he's probably just going to stack Ferrothorn here. I mean, think about it. Like, are these hazards worth it? Like, my team's not that hazard weak. I don't have any Defogger on this team or Rabbit Spinner because I'm specifically not hazard weak. That's literally why I'm not running a Defogger or a Rabbit Spinner. So let's just keep Calm Minding up. He just Gyro Balls again. He's going for it. All right, we can go for another Calm Mind here. And this already looks like game. This is a Reuniclus sweep right here. I'm not even that low on the ladder anyways. Like, I haven't laddered in a while, or like actual ladder in a while, but you know, I'm still pretty decently up there, sorta. Just go for Calm Mind again here. As he's gonna go for Gyro Ball again. There's no reason for me just to get up another one, so I'm just gonna recover. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna recover. So I can be at 100% HP. Yeah, he just goes for Gyro Ball again. Dang, I'm at 99. Alright, whatever. Alright, he's gonna go now into, what is he gonna go into? I don't know. But I think we win. Regardless. Unless he gets like a crit or something. Then we lose. He's gonna go into Conkeldurr here. He's probably gonna go for the knockoff. What I'm gonna do is just recover, because once I recover, knockoff isn't gonna do as much damage. So let's just go ahead and recover here. And I'm just going to go ahead and recover again, because he's going to go for knockoff again. And now it's not going to do as much damage because I do not have an item anymore, so I think that was a good play on my part there. Alright, nice. We can just go ahead and recover this again. And what I could do now, I'll probably recover once more so I could be at full health. Because I think every little bit of health counts, because if Charizard, assuming it is Zard X, which it really looks like it because he's running 2 flying types and no dragons, I really need to make sure that I can survive. I will survive. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go for the Psyshock here. Now, if he brings in Zard, I'm probably not going to recover. I think Psyshock would be the best play because Flare Blitz is obviously going to do more than 50%, and I don't have leftovers, so recovering would be pretty bad on my play. Pretty bad on my part, so I think he's just going to go into, okay, he goes into Lando, which means I can recover because Earthquake is not doing more than 30-something%, I think. And this is Stealth Rocks Landorus, I think, because, yeah, it only does 33, so we can just recover up to full. And I think we just sweep this mound. Yeah, because Ferrothorn had spikes, which means that, yeah, that has Stealth Rocks. Okay, like I expected. And now we can go ahead and hit this man up with a Psyshock here, which will obviously knock this thing out. There's no doubt about it. And Reuniclus, yeah, it's pretty much for every game that we were gonna have, it's either gonna be Reuniclus sweeping or Latias sweeping, excuse me. But I think we're in a really good position right now. So let's go ahead and Psyshock this man. It did not knock it out. That's fine. I can just go ahead and recover again. Guys, he's just gonna go for Earthquake. So yeah, we literally just rampaged on this man with Reuniclus. Not bad. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys appreciate my presence. I really hope so. So I'm gonna just recover here. I think he's thinking like there's only one way he can actually win. If he crits me like that, see? That's the only way he can win. Like, okay, let's recover again. He's not gonna crit again. Now we gotta get back to full. See, he was getting a little confident there. Now that he like got a crit. Look at that, another crit. That's exactly how to beat this Reuniclus. That's exactly how to beat it. But I mean, we are recovering more, or not more than Earthquake crits, but like almost equivalent amount. It's like 50 something percent. Yeah. All right, but now we're gonna have to see that Lando going down. So unfortunate. I'm gonna start the timer. This man had enough time to think. He goes for the Earthquake again. And I'm gonna just recover once more. And we can just proceed to going ahead and side shocking this man. And that should be it. Yeah, Reuniclus coming through. I think the thumbnail is gonna be Mega Latias though. I don't know why. That's what Pietro wants. And Pietro gets what he wants. That's right. There's no saying no to this man. Alright, so we can go for the side shock here once again. He's going to bring in his Zard, I think. I mean, this has to be Zardex, like, okay, yeah, there's no way. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and side shock this thing. It's gonna die in one hit. And I think Reuniclus might end up getting killed by his other Pokemon, but it'll be worth it. We took out more than, oh wait, what? That made absolutely no sense whatsoever. Alright, well that's gonna be a 6 though. Oh man. Alright, he forfeited. That's it. Not bad. Alright, let's go ahead and find another battle. I'm just gonna go ahead and oh no, I don't want to forfeit. I guess it's whatever. Let me go ahead and find another battle here and let's see. Alright, we got one. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, so this guy's team, it looks pretty threatening. I guess it looks pretty threatening. He does have the Scizor, which is a threat. He does have the Weavile, which is also a threat, I guess. Special Lando, I guess, is also a threat as well. So what we're going to be doing here is probably lead off with our... Probably Keldeo, because Keldeo does do well versus his Weavile, Scizor, Lando, Heatran. Most of his team, actually, which are... Especially his potential leads, which are like either Heatran or Lando, maybe, so... We're going to go ahead and lead off with Keldeo here, because I think that's the best play for us. And I think I clicked start timer, yeah I did. And he leads off with Alakazam, the one Pokemon I didn't want to see led with. Alright, I feel you, bro. Alright, what we're going to do is go into our Gliscor, because we are special defensive, and okay, it looks like he's actually Mega Alakazam. Gliscor doesn't look like, Gliscor does not look like it's going to put in a lot of work for this game, so I'm just going to go ahead and go into it and sack it. I really don't think we need it. I guess our team's kind of weak to Alakazam, but okay, Energy Ball. That's fine, not a problem. I'm gonna go for the knockoff here, expecting him. Well, I guess he's not Mega Evolution. He's probably Mega Scizor. So I'm just gonna go ahead and knock off something here. And whatever gets knocked off, I mean that's gonna be good as long as it doesn't go into a Scizor. So we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, I do have the Keldeo here for the Scizor specifically, as well as Hidden Power Fire on the Lati. I made like a lot of edits through this team. I was testing this team a bunch. He's gonna go into Scizor here. Alright, so this is gonna be Mega Scizor. What I'm gonna do is go into my Keldeo here because of course I can just go for Scald. Wait, he doesn't have any water resist. What is this man doing? He goes for the SD. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this man up with a Scald because whatever he brings in or whatever happens, and he does not get burned, which is unfortunate, but it's fine because I can just go ahead and hit this man up with another Scald and get rid of one of the biggest threats to our team. And Reuniclus will be able to win once Weavile is gone. So will Latias. So let's see here. I'm pretty sure we can literally just go for the Scald once again, as he's more than likely not going to switch out, and if he does, I'm not sure what into because he doesn't have any water resist on his team. He just stays in, and that's gonna be a dead Scizor. He's gonna bring in Alakazam here. I'm just gonna go ahead and Gliscor once again and sack it. There's no reason for me to keep this thing because it doesn't do much work anyways. As he does go for the Side Shock here, and we do have a chance, assuming this is a roll, we do have a chance to roost this off. So I'm gonna try and do that right now actually. If he goes into Weavile, that's fine. I'm not gonna hard switch into my Keldeo because that thing is pretty valuable. But I could potentially go into yeah, I might just sack this actually. He goes into Lando though, so he could be running Hidden Power Ice. I'm not really sure, but I guess Latias is a safe play. Let's see what he ends up going for. He goes for Psychic here, so he's probably not running Knockoff or maybe not Hidden Power Ice either. So what I'm going to do here is just go ahead and hit this man up with a Mega Evolution Hidden Power Fire, I think, so we can hit the Weavile. Actually, no. He has Heatran. I'm going to go ahead and set up a Combine here. Because Heatran, I don't want that thing to get Flash Fire. He does go into Heatran like I expected, and I'm able... I thought I hit... What? Hey, Combine, bro. Alright, whatever. Go for Combine here. As he does go for the Will-O-Wisp, which is fine because it's not toxic. If it was toxic, it would have been more annoying. So that's fine because what we can do now is just go for the Combine here again. He might have Roar, in which case, let's see what he ends up doing here. Yeah, he does have Roar. That's fine. Not a problem. I do get sent into my reunic list now, so what I could do is just go back into my Lottie and just roost off the damage. I just want to try and get Roared into something that's a more favorable matchup. Because he has Flash Fire and my cancel button didn't really work. So let me go ahead and just roost this off. But Mega Latias is a great Pokemon overall. I do have Hidden Power Fire over Substitute because of Pokemon like Scizor and Weavile, stuff like that. Even Bisharp too, but I mean we do have Keldeo for the Bisharp, so I mean it all works out in the end, you know. You feel? Alright, we'll see. I'll just hit this man up with the cover. Okay, he goes for Lava Plume. And I'm just gonna go ahead and roost again. I didn't even know he got a crit. And he just roars me into my Tyranitar. Okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. I do have Earthquake here, so I can probably go for it right now. And, I mean, I'm faster than the Heatran anyways, and he ends up staying in, so that's good. Heatran's gone, for sure. And, that really puts us in a great position, because what we can do now is just, yeah, that gets rid of another Pokemon that beats Lottie. I almost forgot about Heatran, so, yeah. Heatran's gone. The only thing left is this Weavile, and we just win with Lottie. Or we don't even have to use Lottie. We win with all our other Pokemon, except Gliscor and Ferrothorn. That Alakazam's kind of a threat, though. I mean, it's a threatening Pokemon overall. He goes into Zapdos here. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull a switch off into my my Latias here. As he goes for the Discharge, it's not going to do much damage at all. So what I can do now is just go for the Combine here. Actually, Hidden Power Fire. Watch the cancel button not work. I just want him to go right into this Weavile. He goes into Alakazam though, okay. That could be fine because it does break his Sash. And what I can do now is just go into my Gliscor here, because of course Gliscor is the least valuable member to my team. I'm able to take this Shadow Ball nicely, and I can proceed to going for a knockoff on this next turn. And he is, even though the Sash is broken, like, he is still holding it, so it's going to do a good chunk of damage here. And if I knock off his Landorus Life Orb, that's also good too. Zapdos Leftovers knockoff is great. Weavile, he probably has Life Orb on that, so getting that knocked off is also great too. So we're in a really good position right now. He goes for Psyshock here. We can hit this up with a knockoff, and it just dies. I mean, even the crit didn't even matter. And he ended up having a Life Orb on this Alakazam too, so I didn't even expect that. So that's fine. He's going to go into Weavile here, and I guess Ferrothorn's the best play because we don't really need it anymore. He goes for the SD, which is a threat now. That's actually a huge threat. That's an extremely big threat now. I was expecting him not to be that. Okay, that's a really big problem now. So we gotta really actually play around this. So what I'm gonna do here is go into my Keldeo. Yeah, if we play around this, I think we end up winning. So we gotta actually really play smart now. So we're gonna go into Keldeo here. I'm not gonna go risk this to a low kick. So I'm gonna go into my Blitzcore here. He goes for the low kick, gets some Life Orb damage there. What I'm gonna do now is end up going into my let's see. I'm gonna go into my T-Tart here. All right. So we can get some sand damage up, rack up some more damage on this thing. He's gonna go for knockoff here as he knocks off my Choice Scarf. And now I'm just gonna stay in, predicting him to not go for a low kick here. I'm gonna go for the Earthquake just because it's gonna be able to knock it out. If he ends up going for like Ice Shard, I think I can live. If he ends up going for yeah, he most likely has Ice Shard. He ends up going for the low kick, though. That's fine. That's not a problem. But we can keep racking up damage on this thing. This is actually a huge threat now. I did not expect Swords Dance because not many people run Swords Dance Weavile. So what I want to do now is go into my my Blitzcore here. All right, so Blitzcore. Yeah, he goes for low kick once again, and I think that seals us the game because sand damage, Life Orb. Okay, that's good. That's good. And now I'm just going to go ahead and Roost here, as he's more than likely just going to knock off. So yeah, that was a huge throw. We actually had to really play around this Pokemon a lot, but we ended up doing it, so that's good. That's going to be good. He goes for a knockoff here, and let's see. Okay, just one more time, and we're fine. So let me go into my Keldeo here right now, and I can just switch out here into my Reuniclus as he goes to the knockoff. So yeah, that's going to be the Weavile's gone, so that's fine. Not a problem at all. I'm going to go here now into my Lottie, as it is going to be able to finish us the game. So wow, that was he almost made a comeback there, but I think we played around it just fine. Yeah, Weavile's a threat, but if it wasn't SD, we would have been able to live a low kick and go for the Gyro Ball there. But it's unreliable because SD is so hard to set up unless you're like Sash, or if you get rid of the you have to get rid of rocks in order to set up with it. But you know, it's all good. But now he's gonna go into his Lando here. I can just go ahead and Roost, and I can just set up a Calm Mind here. As he goes for the Sludge Wave here, it's not going to do much at all. I'm just going to go ahead and Roost again, in case he gets a crit. And even a crit shouldn't do that much either. But I think we played it right. I think we played it smart. He goes for Sludge Wave again. Okay, nice, nice, nice. We can just go for a Calm Mind here, and Roost again. I'm thinking that, and then after that, I think we can just start spamming Stored Power. There's no reason for us to set up more than we have to. At this point in time, we have to just play it safe. But we did make some good plays. He just forfeited anyway, so that's fine. And we ended up winning this battle, so nice. Let's just check on this one. This one, yeah, finished, so we can go ahead and close this out. And this one, timer's still going down. But we're going to go ahead and get one more battle here for this live. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm actually having a lot of fun in this live, so let's go ahead and find another one. And I guess I can pause until we get, never mind, we got one. Wow, this is an annoying team. Alright, so Mega Sableye is a huge threat. I don't know what I have for this. I guess SD Gliscor can sort of beat this thing because we are Toxic Orb. So what I'm going to do here is lead off with my Keldeo because it is a good Pokemon versus most of his Pokemon, I guess, since Hippo, Mega Sableye, and Ferrothorn do not like this Pokemon at all. So also kind of Clefable only if it's weakened, but We'll see here. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer on this man. Alright, so Keldeo is here, Sableye here. Alright, nice. So that's a good lead so far. I'm gonna go ahead and just hit him up with a Scald. Hopefully try and burn something. I mean, he's more than likely gonna go into his Starmie, but if he goes into anything else or stays in, I'm hoping that we can get a burn off something. So we will see here. So yeah, Keldeo should be able to come through, I think. Or should be able to put in a lot of work for us. But yeah, his team is pretty annoying overall. He does stay in, and we can hit this man up with a Skull here. And we do not get the burn, so that's unfortunate. But I can hit him up with another Skull. And we get a crit! Not bad, not bad. Ah, there it is. Sorry, bro. Let me hit him up with a sad face. Let me show a little bit of my sympathy. Alright, let's see what he wants to do here. Yeah, but that's a big threat gone. He could have recover stalled, but then he was risking a crit there and a burn. So now what we're gonna do is go into our let's see here. So I guess we could go now into Reuniclus and start setting up, because he lost the one Pokemon that actually was my Reuniclus. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. Go into my Reuniclus here. I think. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. That's fine. Let's go to my Reuniclus here. And start setting up some Calm Minds. I mean, he could be unaware Clefable. He most likely is, if he's not Sandforce Hippo. I mean, maybe he's unaware. That'd be kind of annoying. He goes for knockoff here. That's nice. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and set up a Calm Mind, I think. No, wait. I think I'm going to recover, because I want to get back at full health. And he goes into Talonflame here, so what that means is I could go into my T-Tar, as he's more than likely going to taunt me, or I don't think he's going to Wisp because I am Magic Guard, but he might predict my switch into T-Tar and try that. But I don't think it should be a problem. I really think we're in a good position now that we got rid of the Sableye. And let's see. Okay, so we can go into our Tyranitar here, as he's going to go for the Wisp, predicting that. Alright, so that was a good prediction on his part. And he's more than likely going to go into his Hippo, I think. So I could pull a switch off here, probably into my Keldeo. Yeah, I'm gonna go into my Keldeo here. Predicting him to want to go into Hippo now. I think now we can win with Lati. He does pull a switch into his Hippo like I expected here. So what I'm gonna do now is expect him to want to go into his Starmie, and I'm gonna go into my Lati. And we're gonna really just focus on making plays here and surprising him, I guess, and winning. Or I could just go for a Scald. I mean, nah, I don't know. I could actually go into Ferrothorn here and then get up some rocks. Yeah, he goes into Starmie here. Yeah, I think the rocks are more important right now at this point, because we want to get rid of this Talonflame. He might just switch now, but I want to get off a power up here. He might not expect it. He might actually just try and Skull Burn me. But hopefully he does not get it. He goes into Talonflame. Alright, so I guess Rocks might have been a better play. I don't really want to stay in on this thing as much as I would like to, but I'm gonna go for rocks here because I don't think he's gonna attack me. And since he has Wisp, he most likely doesn't have Flare Blitz. As he goes for Taunt here. Okay, so that was a fine play. I'm gonna go right into my T-Tar now. Get up that sand once again. But yeah, like I said, this is kind of an annoying battle. But it should be fine. I think we can pull through. He goes for the Wisp once again. And now what I'm going to do is go into my my Keldeo here because I think he's going to still switch into Hippo once again. Yeah, he switches into Ferrothorn this time. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I'm actually gonna stay in and go for the Secret Sword here. I think that should be fine. He goes for the Protect, and I'm gonna go for Secret Sword once again, just to kind of see what he wants to do here. He might expect me to switch out, expecting something else, expecting a switch. So I'm just gonna go for Secret Sword once again. See, I'm gonna try and sort of switch up my playstyle a little bit, like just the way I play. Doing that, like changing your behaviors in battles, will actually be able to throw your opponent off sometimes. So watching me like make all those different plays might actually surprise him, but he just goes into Talon Flame. That's fine. As what I can do now is just, as he's more than likely going to go for the Roost here, I think. I don't really want to risk it though. I don't want to risk him going for Roost. I can go into my Tyranitar here. Yeah, it's really not worth the risk. Although that would have been a baller play. I just want to see like what would have happened if I went for the Secret Sword as he roosted. It would have done a ton of damage to this thing, but then again, I need this Keldeo. I really need this. He goes to the Brave Bird. Okay, so that was good that I didn't stay in. And what I can do now is just hit this thing up with a Stone Edge. And now this thing is low HP now. That's really good for us. He switches out into Ferrothorn. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem. I can go here into my Reuniclus now. He probably isn't Magic Guard, so... Or he probably isn't unaware. I don't think he's unaware. I'm not sure. Did his Hippo bring it? Nah, his Hippo was in when I had Stand Up, so I'm not sure. We'll see though, we'll see. Yeah, he goes for a knockoff once again. I'm just going to go ahead and set up a Calm Mind here. Yeah, we're gonna really see what he ends up wanting to do here. He's gonna go into Talonflame. That's not a problem at all. I can just go for the Side Shock on this turn, because he's more than likely gonna just Roost or Taunt me. He goes for the Roost here. Okay, let's see how much this does. Nice damage. Really good damage here. I'm just gonna go ahead and Side Shock again. And Brave Bird's only going to do like 20 to 30%, I think. It's not going to do much, because this is a defensive Talonflame from the looks of it. I'm just going to go ahead and Side Shock again. And I can just go ahead and do that again. I think that's the game now. Okay, he goes into Clefable here. Let's see how much this does. It looks like he's unaware, actually. I actually think he's unaware Clefable, so let me go ahead here and go into my Gliscor, get off some free Toxic Orb on myself, and I could just set up an SD, I think. No, I can't set up an SD. What am I thinking? I'm going to Ferrothorn. Yeah, he's unaware. What was I thinking? Alright. I keep forgetting I'm not Taunt Gliscor on my SD, so... He's going to Ferrothorn here as he goes for the Wish, so he is unaware, like I expected. He quits though. Okay, so that's going to be the game. We would have ended up winning in the end because he did lose his Sableye, unfortunately. But that's really why you don't keep in Sableye on CM Keldeo. You really don't. You shouldn't do that because, I mean, it's better on Scarf Keldeo in order to stay in, but on CM Keldeo, not really. Not CM Keldeo, Specs Keldeo. Did I just mess that up? Oh my god. All right, Specs Keldeo because Scald will do like, how much did it do the first time? It did like 43%, right? After Combine, so that's actually really risky for him because he's risking a crit, not only a crit but a burn as well. So keeping Sableye in on there was a pretty bad play, in my opinion. So that's gonna be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this live. Be sure to check out my channel if you guys enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more of Pietro's videos. And I hope you guys appreciated me and enjoyed. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you on. Oh, I won't see you on the next one, unless I do another video with Pietro, but. Yeah, I'm forgetting this isn't my channel, but yeah, I will see you guys soon, hopefully. Peace, guys.